Democrats are mad, why the base is mad at some of the leaders in Washington is not because they're not left enough. It's because, Chuck Schumer came out with no strategy, no forewarning, and just said, we're going to fold on the CR. I mean, I think he could have done a better job of explaining what the strategy was and what we're going to do, but there wasn't anything like that. I think Democrats are learning, and I'm going to agree with you, that Democrats cannot only be the party of resistance. We cannot, we resisted so hard between 2017 and 2024. We impeached the guy. We prosecuted him, convicted him of 34 felony counts, and guess what? He still got elected. So I don't know how much harder we can resist right now.
Are you admitting that, that the case against Trump in New York was part of the organized Democratic Party resistance?
It was a Democratic prosecutor, and at the time, I said I thought it was unwise. I went on Fox News and said
there were Democrats who said this at the time.
There were a lot.
Just to be clear, everybody who now touts the 34 felonies, take it from Liz. This was not a real case. This was a plot to upend the presidential campaign, which backfired.
I just think it was a boneheaded move by Alvin Bragg, but it's not his first or last one. So.
This is why we invite Liz, because she's a plain-spoken New York Paul who can really tell it straightforward in a straightforward.
Good morning, Owasso. This is Chad with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. Well, you heard it right there. Scott Jennings got her to say it, and as he says here in his little tweet that he had, or X post about it, he says, I can't believe it. They finally admitted it on live TV. The prosecution of President Donald Trump was organized effort by the Democratic Party resistance. Lawfare is real. The justice system is weaponized against President Trump. And we kind of all knew this. We all believed it. But the only people who wanted to say that it was not being used unlawfully was the Democratic Party. So, yeah, scary stuff. Very scary stuff. And just finally glad that they're starting to come around and admit it. But, I want to see justice from this. I don't want to just see, hey, Democrats, you did it again, didn't you? You almost got us. It's like we need to see some actual punishment from this. It can't just be they can get away with this. When they do it, it's fine. When Republicans do it, it's them using weaponizing the justice system against everyone. So it's absolutely ridiculous. But we're getting into the main topic today. It's just a general meme review, but seems yesterday that an Arby's post, speaking of memes, an Arby's post has literally made the internet go into uproar right now. So I'll pull it up real quick. As you can see here, and then from the thumbnail too, if you can see it, Arby's, unlike Dad, our ham and Swiss actually came back. And I don't know what it is with these restaurants ones and posting these really spicy memes, but that is absolutely hilarious. Now, everyone's saying that it is a black joke, but I would say it's just a deadbeat dad joke. Because there are several racist parents that have dads that don't come back. I mean, it's not exclusive to the black community, but it is absolutely hilarious. The Hodge twins, this is definitely a black joke, says the Hodge twins. And yeah, black dads, I'll be right back. We need milk and six. Wow, that's bad. Oh, man. I can't show all these. These are pretty spicy. Oh, man. But that is absolutely hilarious. And that's what we're doing a meme review over today. So I've got a few that we're going to start with that are actually related to this. And we can talk about how James Lindsay's trying to come back and make himself relevant again. So first one as usual. Let's see here. James Lindsay believes that Arby's is woke right. Arby's, and you can see James Lindsay, anti-communist. Arby's trying to appeal to the woke right demo. That's curtains for them. Cringe AF. Unlike Dad, our ham and Swiss actually came back. So this is what James Lindsay had to say to that. And again, he's just saying, like I said, the woke right is literally just racists and anti-Semites, according to James Lindsay, Jordan Peterson, and all these other people. But that's the thing. Like I was saying yesterday, they don't have power. They're not allowed in mainstream positions in the Republican Party or in any political party on the right. I mean, When's the last time you saw? I mean, the left would argue that Trump is, and all these other political figures that they dislike are, racist and anti-Semites. But that's the problem: is the left has theirs, and they're actually in positions of power. I mean, you have Ilhan Omar, you have all these other woke, progressive, what are they? Congress people, other political figures that are anti-Israel and pro-Hamas. That's anti-Semitic, but we don't talk about it on the left. We talk about the neo-Nazis on the right who haven't been relevant for years, and the same with the Klan. Like, when's the last time the Klan was relevant in anything? That's the woke right that they keep talking about. I mean, Richard Spencer and Nick Fuentes are things on the right, but there's nobody on major right-wing platforms that promote them. They have their own thing, and they have their own base. They're not like, it's not like they're brought on like Fox News and all these other places on a regular basis. They get brought on like occasionally to talk about their views, and it's usually to be made fun of. So these are people who are like that, but they don't have positions of power. Nobody takes them seriously on the right. And that's the issue that we have here, and they keep trying to make it a thing. See here, Matt Walsh didn't like James Lindsay's post about Arby's, and James excommunicated him to the woke right. Original in the reply, let's see here, it said, "Oh, maybe I'm woke right after all," says Matt Walsh. Well, apparently, you are apparently. It didn't have to be this way, and it's bad. Okay. Good Lord, I got to read these. Let's see here. Trying to appeal to the woke right demo. Don't understand actually how to the best fast food. Good Lord. Whatever, James Lindsay. You are going absolutely crazy, man. So strange. Let's see if they have anything else funny on here. James Lindsay. They made one of those AI art generated things about it. It's pretty good. James Lindsay has deleted his post claiming that Arby's is a member of the woke right. But as it turns out, he wasn't wrong. Arby's has been radicalized, and somebody made it look like a freaking cut up the sandwich to make it look like it's a Nazi symbol. Good God. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. See this next one here. Arby's was founded in Ohio. What time is it in Ohio? What time zone is Ohio in? Eastern. The first time zone in the U.S. to experience morning. What happens in the morning? You guess it. Woke. Now that is some internet sleuthing right there. That person is the Sherlock Holmes of our generation. What? That's this. Someone that says AC. That's curtains for them. Question: What do you open in? What do you do open in the morning? What do you open in the morning? Your curtains. Woke. Jeez, man, they are not letting him. They are letting him have it right now on the internet. I love it. The internet doesn't forgive and it doesn't forget, y'all. Rein in the beef. Like that. And Doom, the Doom Slayer, the Arby's, rat beef. That's funny. That's good stuff. Gary has brought you an Arby's roast beef and cheddar. He thought you, after a hard day of work, why not enjoy a cheat meal? Say thank you to Gary. Oh, man, alive. Ridiculous. It's good stuff. All right, let's see what's going on in here. There we go. All right, so getting to the rest of the memes. Affirming your kid's gender, chosen gender, or lose custody. Colorado's chilling new bill. So yeah, they're trying to take your kids. Like I said, this is something that we've been talking about on this show for a long time. Is like they are trying to take your children away from you. And who would have thought that parents don't know what's best for their kids? My goodness. So I'd say the people trying to avoid having their children's genitals chopped off or taking a bunch of medication that they really don't need are the good people, not the people trying to chop off their genitals and pump them with a bunch of hormones. But so for some reason we live in a reverse world or clown world now, and the left constantly touts us, you're being a bigot for not allowing your kid to be themselves. Like, this is not healthy for anybody. Yes. Experts puzzled why Haiti, has one of the lowest COVID-19 death rates in the world despite administering 0 vaccines. We don't know. Well, yeah, we absolutely know. The vaccines did not work whatsoever. You can get a more built-up tolerance to it by getting COVID than the vaccine helped you with. This is the problem. It's like you get chicken pox as a kid. You build up an immunity to it. You're not going to get shingles as an adult. This is not how taking experimental drugs that had no testing phase is not what you should be doing. Absolutely not. Then the whole big news with Biden. Then, and it's freaking Jake Tapper, Biden's decline is a right-wing conspiracy theory. Jake Tapper now. The White House and the media covered up Biden's decline. Yeah, we've talked about this one before. I even showed the video of him showing that. It said, had him in the past talking about how Biden's mental decline was a right-wing conspiracy. And then it shows his new book. I'm promoting my new book. How they hoodwinked us all, or whatever the heck it was. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. And they called us right-wing conspiracy theorists for even mentioning this stuff. Yeah. This is the Democratic Party's philosophy. Abort our own children, import hostile immigrants, disarm ourselves. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're pro-abortion. They don't want you having kids because it's bad for the environment. It's bad for the planet. They import hostile immigrants to work, supposedly to bring them as basically slave labor to work jobs that they don't want to do, or that they say Americans don't want to do. They forget that they're the Americans in. They are part of the Americans in that system. And then they're constantly saying that we don't need guns. And guess what? All these violent gang members and refugees that are all adult males coming over here and then attacking people, taking over apartment complexes, selling drugs, trafficking human beings and children. It's sick stuff. This is the Democratic Party's platform. And you have to prove to me otherwise. Like, well, we don't want the bad people. Well, again, you're letting in bad people when you're just letting in people with when you're not checking them, just like, no, just let everybody in. Just let everybody in. Open door immigration is not a good thing. Never has been. Nobody is above the law starter pack. Hunter Biden laptop, Hillary Clinton's emails, the Epstein client list, and Fauci's research. Can't investigate any of that. No one is above the law except for Democratic Party officials.
Little girl about 9 years old that was part of a smuggling group who was multiple times by members of the criminal cartel.
9 years old?
Yeah. And let me tell you something, as tough as a guy you want to be, you get on your knees, you talk to this little girl, and everything innocent, pure has been ripped from her. She's never going to be the same. I can't believe there's a human being out there that would do that to a little girl. Talked to a doctor down there who told me this story. Mother and father and a child, 22-month-old little girl from an African nation was crossing the border, coming across the river. Smugglers, the animals they are, they bring them across on a boat. Border Patrol starts approaching them. So what do the smugglers do? They throw the family in the water, can't swim, because they know Border Patrol's going to go rescue this family and then get away. The little girl later died at the hospital. The doctor shared with me. The little girl, through her postmortem, was assaulted in every little opening of her body. This other doctor we visited down there, he has a big old ranch. He finds dead bodies all the time. He found a young female. Her panties were down her ankles. Her ankle was broken. After this young girl, they break her ankle so she can't go seek help. She dies there. The members of cartels are animals. I've seen a tree.
Yeah, that's what you're importing, Democrats. This is the stories that they don't tell you. All you want to talk about is the very nice stories of us helping people and the stories of people making it here in America after they come here. It's like you don't hear about this stuff, the sick stuff that's going on while these people are coming over. And then just talk about the fact that you're like, these people need help. Like, I think any parent that brings their child over or comes over pregnant or brings a child over the border like that is sick. They are child abusers. Doing that type of journey, coming in and having hostile people like those cartel members lead you across and other coyotes lead you across the border is sick, twisted, and evil, and you are a bad parent. Because if you are willing to let your child go through something like that, how can you live with yourself? How could you live with yourself? That's the questions that we're not asking, that we don't ask the Democrats. It's like, how would you be able to live yourself? You should kill yourself. I mean, that is absolutely evil to allow something like that to happen. Just because you want to go to America and make a few extra bucks, it's evil. Absolutely evil. I want to preserve the culture and tradition of my people. Such a beautiful and noble cause. I want to preserve the culture and traditions of my people. You are a right-wing fascist. Notice the difference here between the white liberal women telling which group of people is beautiful and, they can preserve their cultures and do whatever they want. Then there's one group of people that can't. It's always the same with these people. RFK unveils new plan to end childhood obesity by chasing fat kids with a stick. Babylon B crushing it as always. Because he is. RFK Jr. is trying to change and make our food healthier. Get all those disgusting preservatives and dyes and stuff out of our foods. And I'm all for it. Because we talk about this on the show before as well. Is like people in Europe come over here, eat our food, and gain like 10 pounds. And they say, I eat the exact same thing where they're from in Europe, and he goes, I don't gain 10 pounds. Well, it's because we have all these preservatives, dyes, and stuff that's in our food that just sits in your system because your body can't get rid of it. It can't flush it. This is why we need to make our foods healthier. I mean, the fact that, animals, I think we take better care of our animals than we do ourselves when it comes to food. And that's kind of a spooky thing to think that, you care more about what goes in your dog's body or your pet's body than you do what goes into your own body. It's sickening stuff. And the left is fighting RFK Jr. on this. It's kind of weird. The left was all about making people healthy and living a more, health-oriented lifestyle. And now that he's in power, it's like, nope, he's on the right now, so we can't let them have a win. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh yeah, and this is what we're importing. Netherlands, a Muslim immigrant doesn't want to eat pork. So he's urinating on the pork at the grocery store. We don't have to live like this.
We don't eat pork. We don't eat pork.
That's a very, very tolerant group of people you're bringing in. The fact that they just see pork in a grocery store, so they decide that they're going to piss on it. This is what you're importing. Like, that's food. I mean, I get that certain things go against people's religion when it comes to stuff like this, but people are starving and dying and you're just going to waste food like that? I mean, you talk about Americans being wasteful with their food. That's being wasteful. That's the most wasteful thing you could possibly do. And it's sickening. And we're just importing these people in mass droves. Remember, connect the male to female. Why assign gender roles to electrical connections? Let their circuits decide their own identities. Yep, that sounds like something a white liberal woman would say in working in a tech field. And she burns up the whole system. I love it. It's funny. Jake Tapper uncovers startling evidence that Biden's decline was covered up by Jake Tapper. Babylon B crushing it as always. They are so good. Trump and Xi Jinping having a staring contest or a standoff. Did he blink? It's hard to tell with the Chinese, sir. Oh, God, I love it. SKS Cartoons is good. Him and Stone Toss are like two of the best political cartoonists right now. There we go. Next one. Ah, yes. I believe we've played this one before, but it's so telling about the liberal mindset.
Prefer free college or free abortions?
Abortion.
Free abortions?
Yeah.
In what age do you think most trans kids determine that they're trans?
Violet told us when she was 1.5. She's been telling us since she could speak.
Press X to that.
I hear a lot of, we're not going back. What are we not going back to? The kitchen.
What is your biggest fear in 2025?
People not understanding the difference between lies and truth.
What is a woman?
Does it really matter?
So could I be a woman if I wanted to be?
Yes.
Okay, quickly, so I misunderstand. Are we saying that 2 + 2, if you say it's 4, that's racist? I mean, that sounds like we may be mischaracterizing it. What, if you can quickly sum it up?
No, that's not mischaracterizing it at all. Math is basically racist under this ideology because it says there is no such thing as an objective reality. So 4 might not be the right number. 2 + 2 might actually.
You guys prefer.
We live among these people. They vote. I think we haven't. This is why we don't need mass open door immigration. We have to deal with stupid people, enough stupid people in our own borders right now, and they're called liberals. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. People believe this stuff, and if they don't believe this, at least if they believe this stuff, we can just say that they're stupid. But I'm afraid that these people actually don't believe this stuff, and they're just pushing it because that's evil. That's the difference between dumb and evil. Dumb means I don't know better. Evil means you know better, but you're going to keep pushing it anyway. That's true evil. And these people are living among us. So I'm hoping they're just stupid, because if they really don't believe that stuff and they still push it like that, that's evil. Truly. That is truly evil. Ugh.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm saying to you, we've not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the future.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd understand somebody watching that, especially as it gets shared on Twitter, they freak out. It sounds like a genocidal call.
Cry babies. Cry babies.
I'm not calling for the slaughter of white people, at least for now.
I can't give a guarantee of the future, especially when things are going the way they are.
Subtext.
Especially if things are going the way they are, there will be a revolution in this country, I can tell you now. I don't know what's going to happen in.
So, seems that when he says kill the Boer, which means kill the white farmer, sounds like he's being serious. Said if the left would not grant that grace to any other politician on the right. If Donald Trump said something like that, I'd be like, my God, he wants to kill people. Said if you're going to grant that type of energy to Donald Trump, if you would not grant him that grace, he goes, he's just speaking hyperbole. You can't grant it to anybody else. All right. Get to this next one. It's Stone Toss. Paying taxes. What a waste. But that's the price of a civilized society. Turns around, Common Core, war in the Middle East, and you got a rainbow-colored police car. Yeah, that's definitely a waste of tax dollars. I will say that for sure. Oh, yeah, this was blowing up the other day, too. It's like a retirement home. We need term limits. Yeah, all these Congress folks and other politicians just falling asleep while they're in these hearings. They're in these meetings, you know? Good Lord. Yeah, we'll probably do something more on this, but James O'Keefe got inside the Epstein Island building, so I want to do a more deep dive in that at a later time. Oh, yeah. Maybe we could get the president an airplane. Again? That's pretty dark. Stone Toss, that's pretty dark. We talked about that. This is all the Arby stuff, which is absolutely hilarious. There we go. Michael Oxford. The recent conversation between Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson was profoundly important, especially for the times that we are living in today. Then the crazy radical Keith Olbermann. So you don't exercise, you haven't used your mind this century. Got it. And then Michael Oxford responds, I'm an ultra marathon runner, you retard. Have you left your apartment in the last 4 years? And yeah, Keith Olbermann is a radical leftist. Like, I had friends trying to convince me back in the day that he was, he's a rational guy. And just like, no, he is not. He is crazy, and that proves it. Say, according to a 2011 study, the profile of the most unhappy person in America was a 42-year-old woman who was unmarried, had no children, and was a professional. Yeah. I would say that women aren't meant to be career-driven. They're meant to be mothers. And it's the one that said, what's that woman that wrote the Sex and the City series? That her biggest regret is being single and not having any children because there's no one to care for her now. She doesn't have anyone to care about her besides the people who like her books. Like, you will miss out on an eternity of happiness if you don't have a family and children. Oh, this one's pretty spicy. If white people are so awful, why do you keep moving into our neighborhoods? And this is apt from what I was kind of talking about yesterday. Is like, if America is such a racist and discriminatory country, why on earth would you want to import more people of color? More diverse people. If all these white Americans are so racist, isn't that a danger to bring in these people? And then you have to ask yourself, and if these other countries and cultures are so great, why aren't Americans and other Western nations like flying out to their nations to live there? So these are the cultural questions that the left can't answer. It's like, if their countries and nations are so good, why are they fleeing to our country in droves? And again, there should be a similar export of our people and citizens to their countries, but there's not. There's not a massive influx of like 12 million Americans flying off to Mexico or to any other country like that. But they're all coming here. That's because they want the welfare benefits. There's other nations don't have these massive welfare benefits that you can just go to. The welfare state is bringing in lazy people who don't have any ambitions, that just want to chillax and do the bare minimum to get by. That's what this is. So remember that. So if America is so racist, why would you want to import more people that Americans can be racist to? It doesn't make sense. Oh, another Stone Toss one. All right, today we are arresting the folks who protested at the Capitol. They pull their guns on each other because it was them. Oh, that's good. Stone Toss is good. Yep, and here it is. Yep, look at these. This is your tax dollars. Your tax dollars are paying for this, by Benny Johnson. I mean, yeah, very apt. We're paying for these Congress people to sleep during these meetings. What liberals believe, Chapter 47. The stock market is down. Trump is destroying the economy. The stock market is up. Trump is helping his billionaire friends. Yeah. Basically another very big contradictory liberal thinking point. It's like, he can't be both. He cannot be both at the same time. A friend of mine got a degree in Egyptology, but can't get a job, so he's paying more money to get a PhD so he can work teaching other people about Egyptology. In this case, college is literally a pyramid scheme. This is true. This is absolutely true. Yeah, here's this freaking guy that was trying to...
I don't know.
What are the 5
impeach Trump.
Grosse Points cities?
Well, look, I'm not here to answer a quiz. I'm here to say that I'm going to fight for the people of Detroit. I'm going to fight for my constituents.
And Grosse Pointe
and all of the Grosse Points and all of Taylor and every part of the 13th district.
Let me just do this real quick. Grosse Pointe Park, Grosse Pointe Woods, Grosse Pointe Farms, and Grosse Pointe Shores. Okay. You know, on your campaign filings, it says occupation. Yours says United States government. Aren't you employed by the people of the United States?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you fix that one. Okay, and finally, you're getting nailed with this one. The beagles. You abandoned the beagles, left them to die in their cages at your pharmaceutical testing.
See, look, I don't know.
Yeah, this is getting roasted. This was the guy that tried to impeach Trump. And he's backed down off of it now because all the Democrats were making fun of him and refused to get behind him. So... he literally is backed away now. It's embarrassing. Like, he does not know what he's doing. He doesn't even know his district. He doesn't know nothing. Like this one. Said, why is the first one judged, but the second one offends? And then top comment. The first person like this that says, guys, like, nuns don't randomly explode. True, but also, this is the main point of this, is like, all women that are Muslim have to wear this. Not every woman that's a Catholic or a Christian is a nun. It's something to be by choice. They're choosing to be celibate by choice, and that's their uniform. And it's not like they wear it all the time. You can see nuns not wearing that whole regalia. Said there's a difference. They have to wear that stuff. If women in Islam are not wearing that stuff, they're going to be stoned or beaten. No one's going to stone or beat a nun if she's not in her uniform, if she's not in whatever that outfit is. Said, my Catholic people, you can comment in there. Let me know what it's called. But yeah, it's like, that's the difference. It's a big difference. It's a huge difference.
For each one person that is being killed by the taxi industry, we kill 5 white people. For every one black person who kill 5 white people. Who kill one of us, we'll kill 5 of you. We'll kill the children, we'll kill the women, we'll kill anything that we find on our way. They kill one of us, we kill how many? They kill one of us, we kill how many? They kill one of us, we kill how many whites? We kill the children, we kill the women, we kill their dogs, we kill their cats, we kill anything that comes for each one person.
Democrats, white people are not under attack in South Africa. You're just all racist. Meanwhile, an actual member of parliament in South Africa. Yeah, very scary. Very scary stuff. That's an offensive caricature, says the person pretending to be a woman. Stone tosses memes are very spicy. Oh, yeah. More Biden crap.
After 2024.
Don, you're asking me this question. Oh, my gosh. He's the president of the United States. You know, I can't even keep up with him.
The most difficult part about a meeting with President Biden is preparing for it, because he is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
I can testify because I've been working very closely with this president for the past 2 years. I've been knowing him for 30 years. And I'm telling you, this guy's tough. He's smart. He's on his game.
Joe Biden has vision. He has...
We've got the gist of it. He was in a wheelchair. They have just confirmed that he had to be wheeled out in a wheelchair a lot of the time. So, yeah. Democrats... liars. I don't understand how anybody who is a Democrat could still be a part of the party right now. All your party has done is lied to you. Constantly. I mean, I was watching Newsmax with my folks last night, and I was just like, the guys on there were just like, you guys don't understand. Biden was president less than a year ago. I'm just like, yeah, it feels like ages since then. But yeah, this was less than a year ago, Biden was still president. And Democrats were touting that he was in the best shape of his life. And all of this bullcrap that we know is not true. Like this one. What flag is this? And why is their obesity rate so high? I keep seeing fat women use it. What country are they from? Oh, I love it. I love it. That is good. That's a good repost from Clown World. That's good stuff. All right, what's this one right here? Oh, yeah. Talking about the birth rate, you know, being able to just come here pregnant and have your kid be an American citizen. The only reason that was even made a thing was because that's how Democrats, back in the day of slavery, said that African-American slaves weren't American citizens. So that was the only reason that law was passed was, hey, if you were born in America, you're an American citizen. So it was meant for African Americans who were brought over as slaves, not for people coming over here to fly over here to have their child born in the United States so they're American citizen and then fly back home, or to anchor themselves to the country. That's not how it was meant to be used. It was meant to protect African Americans as citizens. So that way Democrats couldn't just say, oh, they're not a citizen, they can't vote or whatever. And now it's being abused. That's not how the law was intended to be. So that's why Trump's having it looked at right now, trying to overturn this or have the Supreme Court take a look at it.
Trump held 96 rallies in 2024. CNN aired only one of those rallies live. That was the Butler, Pennsylvania rally. Trump held 96 rallies.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that is highly suspicious, especially with all the other things that happened during that Butler rally. Trump not having the best security detail, police reporting that kid like 5 times, snipers hiding out sitting in the building that the kid was on top of because they couldn't get on the roof because it was too had too angular or whatever, when there was another roof that was just as angular that snipers were sitting on. So a lot of suspicious stuff around that. And the fact that that was the only one that they did live, very suspicious. Said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it's hard not to believe in that stuff when crap like that happens.
He's got a felony warrant out of Thurston County Sheriff's Office because this is the 3rd time we've pursued this individual in 6 months. So the last time I talked about him, I actually specifically stated that if the judges don't start taking this seriously, that someone's going to get hurt or killed. And here we are, shooting at the police. So maybe they'll take it more serious this time, but I'm not confident. Yeah, it's hard to believe this is going to end peacefully. He's got a felony warrant out of Thurston County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah. So police are doing their jobs, and then Democratic prosecutors or AGs aren't doing their jobs. They're just releasing these criminals to go right back on the streets. And you wonder why we're seeing like upticks in crimes, because they're giving them slaps on the wrists and letting them go. Like, you actually need to punish crimes. If you don't get any punishment for a crime, people are just going to continue to do it. I like this one from Defiant L's. You mean to tell me that I can't pick my bedtime, but I can pick my gender? Yeah, very true. Very funny. I love it. I absolutely love it. Then Beavis and Butthead get told what white privilege is. I love this.
This is a classic example of white privilege, and you both have it.
What's that?
Anyone want to fill them in?
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay. So white privilege is when white people, particularly men, automatically assume they can take whatever they want. And they never have to worry about getting stopped by the police. And they have the inside track for any job
I've got this one, Aisha. They have the inside track for any job they want.
Exactly, Gage. Thank you for that. That's white privilege.
Whoa. And we have that?
You sure do.
I see.
Whoa. I never realized this stuff.
Yeah, you've really opened up my eyes.
Well, I'm glad we've been able to enlighten you. The real question is, do you think you'll be acting differently from now on?
I guarantee it.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Step aside, please. We have white privilege.
Yeah, check it out. Hey. Don't worry, it's okay. We automatically assume we can take what we want, and we don't have to worry about the police. It's okay, you didn't know. We didn't either. Good stuff now.
This is what we were taught, sir.
Yeah, we're subverting existing paradigms.
This rules. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad we went to college.
Yeah, it's like, now I have the skills for today's workplace.
Well, let's see. What should we take next? Let's take that car.
But that's a police car.
Beavis, you dumbass. Didn't you hear her? We don't have to worry about getting stopped by the police.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Beavis. Let's tear ass.
Don't move!
Sir, maybe you didn't know, but we have white privilege.
Get your hands where I can see them!
I think the problem is you're just uneducated.
Yeah, we're gonna get jobs on Wall Street.
Yeah, that's how liberals think white privilege works. And as we all know, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's not how it works. But that's what they believe, because liberals will believe anything. They can talk themselves into anything. They're the class that can literally reason themselves into anything. And then you want to know what's going on? Like I said, I love these when we break down, these guys break down the difference between housing like back in the 90s and early 2000s to now. So check this out.
How can we afford an $80,000 house? Very simple. Over 30 years, just a trifle down payment, and a pittance of a mortgage, and 2 living parents with a pen. Who can sign?
So that clip was from Boy Meets World, and that episode aired in 1999, and I couldn't help myself, so I had to run the numbers. The show took place in Philly, and I saw that the median house price was around $80,000 in 1999. Now, Corey and Topanga were high school students without a job, so they couldn't qualify, but what about the median household income back then? It's $40,000. Which is about $3,300 a month. And a 3% down payment on the median house was only $2,400. So somebody in Philly in 1999 didn't even have to save 1 month's income to put a down payment on this house. And the interest rates were around 7%, just like they are today. So with principal, interest, property taxes, insurance, and private mortgage insurance, the total payment was $750 a month to get the median house in Philly. And you're making $3,300. So that's about what, 25%? So a family making 40 grand could take care of their entire mortgage in just 1 week. And then I wanted to see, well, let's just see what happened to the prices in Philadelphia, because we know the averages around the country, but let's look at Philly. $80,000 was the median price in 1999. It's now $250,000, so below the average for the nation, but the income was $40,000 for the median household. Now it's $60,000. So the housing price, even in Philly, went up over 200% in the last 25 years, but the income only went up 53%. So even in smaller cities, metro cities, no matter where we look, I don't think I have found a city in America where the housing and income was even close to keeping up.
And this is what I've been talking about a lot lately, is why aren't we seeing a decline, or why have houses gone up that much? And it's because they're trying to import massive groups of people. There's more. If we have declining birth rates, if we had stable birth rates, or just like replacement, houses would not be this expensive, because we wouldn't need to build more. And what's happening right now is we have more people than we have houses. And with all the democratic regulations that come with building houses, all the red tape that you have to cut through in order to get homes built, it's harder to build homes. And we can't build as many. So all these houses, there's fewer houses. We have imported over 12 million people from the Biden administration. So they're importing people to keep these housing markets up. It's literally they're importing people to keep the realtor market, to keep everyone's property value high, extremely high. Because if we were at lower declining birth rates and there weren't as many people at replacement value, and we didn't have this mass flux of immigration, houses would still be cheap, because nobody would be wanting to buy a house at these prices. The reason why they can afford to throw their houses up at like $500,000 for a house that's probably not even worth $200,000 is because they keep importing people who will come in, have a huge group of immigrants that'll just all buy it in together and pay rent on it. And that's it. That's what's going on. You have these people coming in. They're importing people to keep their property value high. That is what's going on right now. Because if we are just at lower birth rates or stable birth rates, houses would still be the same. But this is what it is. They're importing people to keep their property values high. So that way their portfolio books look good. So that way we don't have another like crash situation happening again. But that's what's going on. This is the evil that's going on that nobody likes to talk about. But that's really about all I had for today. I'm going to play us out with this video of Rob Schneider talking about like veterans versus Pride months and stuff like that. So be sure to check that out. I'm going to pull that up, but that's really, I think, all I've got for you today. Sorry I went a little long today, but this is Chad with Owasso Live. This was The Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. But that's pretty much all I've got for today. I will see you guys on the next one. God bless you, everybody.
Pride Month seems a little greedy.
4 weeks in a row, we get Veterans Day. You fight for the country, you get a day. Thank you for fighting for the country. Oh, I'm sorry, day's over. Take the meat off the barbecue. That's it, you get a day. Memorial Weekend, you died for the country to give you a weekend. Thank you for dying for the country. Take the boat out of the lake, put it on the truck. You get a weekend. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, kept the Union together. Gets a day. Not even his own day. He's got to share it with George Washington, who founded the whole fucking country. He doesn't get a day either. He's got to share it with Lincoln. But if they would have sucked each other's d- they would have got a whole month. That's all I'm saying.
Holy shit. He said what?